So, sirs and madams, whoever listening, if I am allowed just another 10-15 minutes to wrap up the earlier session I require, would you kindly allow me? Because there the librarian's role, in which area AI is getting implemented in librarianship, as well as other countries, how they have taken the policy for AI implementation in library activities. Those things have been described. May I be allowed to continue another 10 minutes to 15 minutes maximum, the earlier session? Is it possible? Sir, is it possible to continue the earlier session another 10-15 minutes? And next session I will start after 10-15
Yes, sir.
minutes only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Continue.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir,
You
you
can.
will continue,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir, you will continue, sir.
Thank you, madam. Now is it visible?
Yes, Guru
Yes,
sir.
sir.
It's visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what I was talking at that time, that most of the cases we are dealing with academic libraries, and measure of the facilities what we are providing, even in research institutes also, most of the things are same. And especially in present environment, this AI enhanced discovery, where library users, they develop some search discovery tools. Then in cataloging and metadata, how AI can help them. That is what I was talking. Now, you see, these are the things where AI enhanced discovery search were recommended as multilingual discovery is there. So machine translation would help us, say if any content is available in German or in Chinese or Korean also, Japanese also, we can translate it almost seamlessly. Earlier, of course, some facilities were there, like if I remember, Lycos as well as Alta Vista, translation services they are providing. But in the present age, it is much more better than earlier, especially in scientific and technical documents. Content is getting translated properly. Cataloging and metadata, I told you that for classification purpose, UDC mapping is possible. Say for example, how most of the libraries have provided class number to a particular document following UDC. As UDC is more machine amenable, directly you can take up that one. Though I told that for our country or for our particular library, we can, humanize the process. Catalogers and classifiers judgment is essential. But AI extraction of all the entities, keywords, summaries from text, say for example, a brief summary about each document can be automatically taken and can be shown there, or cover page of the document can be added to our database, enhancing discoverability of hidden archival collections, which were not possible earlier, and human in the loop validation to prevent bias. Reference service, I have already told that some of our library in our country also, like Delnet, their web pages, they have used this 24/7 reference service, AI chatbots answering routine directional and policy queries. Though some people have doubt that probably frequently asked questions, they have changed it into the AI tool. That's not correct. Actually, chatbots are used there. They have developed that chatbots, and triage systems directing complex research questions to subject librarians. Subject librarians concept is less in our country, but you see librarians in other countries, most of the Western countries, they have first of all subject. I mean, if it is a law librarian, they must have sound academic background in law. Then only they have become the law librarian. Medical librarianship also same thing. Whereas in our country, you see, most of the medical colleges, they don't have proper library structure. Neither we have a salary structure for our library also. So it's a very different situation in our country, but still subject librarians, if they employ proper AI tools, then queries can be answered more efficiently than earlier. Virtual reference assistants can be embedded with our library website with virtual reality implication, or with our library management system also allows librarians to focus on deep consultative research support, and deep consultative research support whenever essential. Sometimes some people, they want to engage themselves that what are the research went on here, or some other experts who used to refer your collection, what are their feedback about the collection, and all these things only librarian could suggest. Librarian could referral service also to other libraries. What are the other libraries of the same collection where they are rich in which aspect, that can be suggested to those, and they can human touch in complex reference interviews. That is possible. Digital preservation and archiving, another area where OCR is matured enough than earlier. So a huge manuscript in our country, especially manuscript mission, they have taken initiative that all the manuscripts must be OCR'd. I mean, ASCII text should be generated out of it so that it becomes discoverable. Any text, so metadata also should be provided properly, and librarian has a huge role to play there. Transcription and translation of oral histories, that is also essential for elderly people, or in some areas, say for example, for tribal communities, they have some resources, some knowledge which truly indigenous in nature. Those knowledge can be converted into this translation of old histories, or transcription of the text available content, and this Indian knowledge system can be developed with the help of these services. Identifying and tagging fragile materials for conservation, because no other way, you cannot allow human being to touch it. Machine learning models predicting format obsolescence, and format obsolescence means earlier you see so many content we have, but the media where we have saved them, maybe our digital audio tape, maybe sometimes CD, floppy, and at present we find there is no CD driver or floppy driver, then it's problem. That's why if you can predict the future format, after what period of time it could be obsolete, then accordingly you have to take care. Time bound activity it is. After some time, the next format you have to convert the total text or total graphics also into that format. Librarians leveraging AI to safeguard cultural heritage. That way, every time librarians can be aware that even our present collection could be accessible in future if we keep on changing the format according to the prescription of the AI. Libraries, because they can predict the future trend, and user experience also. Library spaces like smart library buildings optimizing energy and space utilization. I mean, say for example, unnecessarily light should not be run, fans should not be run on the spaces where human beings are not there. So this sensor must be placed. Analytics identifying peak usage patterns for service deployment. We can bring our as much human beings are available at present, because it's a constraint for our library system. That's why we can peak hour only. We can bring back those who are in particular section. Say for example, processing also we can bring to the desk so that users can interact with them, because unless we interact with the users, we cannot learn about them, and we cannot prepare for them our future organization techniques. So interactive AI displays and immersive learning environment is essential. Human AI interaction is possible, and central hub for AI exploration on campus should be placed. That library should become as the hub for AI exploration in the campus. So these are the 8 techniques we have suggested here, core competencies of the AI age librarian. One is AI tool literacy, data curation and management. Sometimes we are talking it as data carpentry also. Then prompt engineering. That is the third area, prompt engineering. How users should prompt the system to get the right information through AI tools. Critical source evaluation, because this is the noise as well as attenuation itself in the system itself, there are some problems. That's why critical evaluation of source materials is essential, and librarian is in a best position. Research data, and not only I am telling DOI, even authenticity can be judged by who has written, which publisher has published it, and so on. Research data expertise, information ethics and privacy, digital scholarship support, AI policy and governments. This AI policy and governments, how other advanced nations has taken some of the following slides are there. AI literacy and prompt engineering, competency 1 and 2, deep understanding of how generative models function and fail, ability to craft precise iterative prompts, very small one, like TI colon only you have to put, but that only will say that how title can be, exact title can be matched, and to achieve desired outputs. That unless those words appear in title, it won't bring. Earlier, say for example, exactly you have to apply that title is equal to this within double inverted comma, you have to put it. But prompt engineering doesn't say so. It simply tell the TI, then colon, then put it sometimes within double inverted comma and so on. Understanding parameters like temperature and context windows. Moving from, that means these terms, how they are applied in AI context, and moving from search strategy to dialogue strategy, that is interaction. Then competency 3 and 4, data curation and research. For that, managing the raw material, because research data, as automatically we know that is full of errors. So many fields have wrong data encryption, and it's quite natural because librarians are not providing input to the records. Most of the times others are doing that. We are only allowing some external agency to do these things. So we have to take the risk at this moment to cure that data, ensuring data is fair, that is findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable. That is the principle for research data management. And advising on data format suitable for machine learning, understanding data licensing and intellectual property rights, positioning the library as the steward of institutional data assets. So here, especially this intellectual property rights, digital rights management, we have to conduct some program also among the users, that it's not simply you can allow your even your own publishing house permission is essential, or somebody told that this I have prepared, you just, your library must some organizers sometimes, no, in our university I remember they have asked that somebody has prepared a documentary film based on some palatial house in North Bengal, and they want to host it in our library website. My question is that unless you provide the total digital rights to the university library cannot host that one, because in future somebody else, if they raise the question or if they download and you, without our knowledge, you are collecting some, earning some money out of that, then it's totally commercial utilization, leveraging our library resources. That is not allowable. Of course, open access is essential, but definitely others should feel also that copyright also should be allocated to the university, or I mean to the institution as well as to the library. Positioning the library as the steward of institutional data assets, and protecting user privacy against the extractive commercial AI models. Advocating for, these are librarians only can make others aware that this ethics must be maintained, detecting algorithmic biasness, where exactly this biasness is there, whether it is country-wise biasness, whether it is political ideology-wise biasness, the total collection they build or the digital collection they are building, keeping in a particular ideology in mind. Librarians have the role to be unbiased. In AI era, that is much more difficult again. And I am of the opinion that you see library is the seat of counter revolution also. Whoever using at this moment, whoever directing the policy, they may not be forever, but library and research process will go on. At least if not present, in future, we must keep the scope so that other users can look into those documents and conduct the research. That's why this unbiasedness or the hallucination I told that as if they are telling some right things, there is the role of the librarians, that where logical fallacies are there, where hallucinations are there, where algorithmic biasness are there, they must indicate and they must alert the users to not to get use those kinds of AI tools. Digital scholarship and policies supporting digital humanities and computational digital humanities. That area is coming a large way because humanizing and the process and advising institutional leadership to develop a policy and governance towards that, librarians have a major role because they can be the say mouthpiece on behalf of the users to foment their ideas into the to the authorities that we have to draft a guideline for acceptable AI use in academic work or research work and so on, so that simply one way researchers are getting suffered or the IQAC people are taking upper hand. To get rid of that, librarians must take the initiative so that institutes should come out with a guideline for acceptable AI use in academic work. And we must collaborate with faculty on assessment redesign. Because as I told you that they should not be get deceived, they also should learn the tidbits of it. And in future, they would come with their idea and they could make library people alert that you won't allow all these things. So we must, empower our faculty members also, so that in future they will become better user and a bit follower of our library utility. Pedagogy of AI, librarian as educator. Just I told those things. The most of the times we feel that at present days, as librarians have allowed online access to our collection at our home also, we are doing it. Why should we come down to the libraries? But I am telling you, either some talking session by faculty members or in several ways, unless we bring them to our library fold, we cannot interact them, we cannot come to know how they are thinking, because there is becoming a gap in between document use and the earlier, at least they were providing references. We used to know that these are the references of this particular users, come with them. And sometimes we used to say that besides this, these are the plethora of resources available with us. But in AI environment, when directly users are taking the lead for lead guides or for tutorials for responsible AI use, then we must bring into the fold all the library group, faculty members also, so that the communities together can come across, and universities, all the departments, they can take the role in designing this process. And they become librarians are the premier campus educators for AI fluency, not only for students or researchers as well as faculty members also. These are the few areas, 6 areas we have mentioned here, where academic integrity in the age of generative AI is essential. Academic integrity is the key challenges are citation hallucinations. As I told you, very smartly they will cite that this is available there. But if you just go into it, even articles published in very reputed journals of Taylor and Francis or Emerald or Springer also. But you find that if you go through that particular, if you follow that site, there is nothing, no article is available. So these hallucinations, you have to make non-existent references, you have to make people aware about that. Then AI ghostwriting, that is another issue. Of course, we know that for collaboration purpose, or sometimes some people force, though they are not there, they have not done anything in that. AI assisted content generation is there, and they are telling that they have used it or written that document, detection tool for biasness, false positives against non-native English writers. Then cognitive uploading, reduced critical thinking with AI reliance. I mean, this is the area, as I told you, that so that our content also should feature in their backend corpora where machine learning is going on, so that our country, especially Eastern countries, must be the context, their environment, their culture should be well represented. Their language and assessment integrity, traditional assessment models no longer valid. So we have to take a, uh, I mean, concrete role in this direction. Frequently fabricate LLMs, frequently fabricate plausible but fake citations. They are prediction engines, not knowledge databases. Prediction engines that could be, but not exactly they have matched. Knowledge database, what earlier we were doing, exact one, the document they are getting. But these are predictive engines. Severe implications for research integrity and literature review. Very sincerely, we have to check. Otherwise, all the things, there may be some wrong messages in your research, in designing your research, in designing your hypothesis everywhere. So librarians must teach to verify these techniques, trust but verify. You have to trust them, but still you have to verify them. And promoting the use of RAG-based tools to mitigate hallucination. Readers should prompt, should interact. That's why retrieval augmented generation, so that clarity would be brought while interaction with the machine. At least they should fail at the end. They should say that we don't have a research data to answer these questions. That is good enough, because like expert, everything they are answering without going into the details of it, that we have to take care. Flawed premise of AI detectors like commercial AI detection tools, as for example, Turnitin in AI, are unreliable altogether. They are commercially available, but rarely you can rely on them. High risk of false positives, particularly for non-native English speakers. False positives. And so many narratives they are generating, and they have some purpose for that. Creates an adversarial relationship between faculty and students that is generated by AI. So sometimes they feel that teachers do not know anything. They might have gone through that, but still, students have the notion that teachers, they don't update their idea, their notes, and so on. So that behavior, that gap should be reduced. AI generation will always outpace detection, and solution lies in pedagogy and process. The pedagogy is you should understand how machine learning is going on, different machine learning tools, how different prompt engineering process, and you must think that the algorithm for searching what they are using, it's not overt, it's totally proprietary in nature. Cognitive uploading and skill atrophy, risk of students bypassing the productive struggle of learning. As I know that my daughter also sometimes, without bothering to think about a particular mathematical problem, simply going through the AI chatbots and getting the answers. That actually, it's a very harmful thing, as you are making your mind idle. Even books also should be used along with your mind. You must think over that. Then only you must use books. And when it comes to the chatbots, then very careful. You must employ, the reader must employ their mind first to think the solutions, and accordingly they should get it. And of course they will use it, but both together simultaneously. Over reliance leading to degradation of critical reading and writing skills. That is one of the alarming situations, and librarians should take pivotal role in making people aware the illusion of competence generated by fluent AI approach, and need to balance AI augmentation with foundational skill development. Like learning as well as information literacy skill along with this AI literacy. Libraries must promote mindful AI engagement. This mindful, of course, from spiritual or all the context, you must think over it. And data privacy and copyright complexities are also should be taken care of by violates privacy regulations, copyrighted materials, AI solutions with data sandbox, and AI generated text. Redesigning assessments, teachers must prepare assessment, take home essays are no longer secure assessments. Librarians can prepare, suggest at least that these are the ways to draft your new assignment, shift towards process oriented assessment like drafting, reflecting, iterating, etc., and incorporating oral vivas. You can once teach them, but then take the feedback, some other aspects of question in class writing and multimodal projects. So blended, that's what we are telling, that never depend only on AI. All other things also should be taken care. Librarians collaborate with instructional designers on these new models. Here are some of the global AI policy frameworks in higher education. UNESCO has key principles like human-centered design, AI literacy in and education, data sovereignty, and ethics. These are the three things fostering responsible AI adoption: data sovereignty and ethics. Then Harvard University have developed the rigorous ethical oversights, academic integrity, research transparency, and bias mitigation strategies. Stanford University, more or less similar interdisciplinary collaboration is essential because in the present research trend is also inter-collaborative one, and data privacy should be taken care of. Privacy protocols should be there. Research, public funded research, how that data should be kept and in which form it must be available along with your thesis, so that the data directly can be accessible, not within the text of your thesis. The data with some specific format, how it can be fair data. So fair data usage, you have to take care, and AI safety and committees, that committee is formed in Stanford University. Oxford and MIT also has taken some care, human AI partnerships, fairness and accountability, robust security measurements, and continuous risk assessment regularly. Sometimes they have not used the gadgets also to be used by the students. Whatever gadgets they have prepared, they didn't allow even internet there. They told that we have provided our own courseware and you can take care of it for your course preparation or your home assignment. For that purpose also, to school level also they have done the same thing. But problem is that in our country we have provided our kids with a tools, a smartphone, and same way all the kids to the researchers or all these people, they are also taking the same cue, and we following the policy stance, disclosure requirement, data security. They are the measures where UK has taken, Oxford University, UK Russell Group principles, generative AI research policy. Here, if you go through some of the policy, very specifically mentioned that where we must keep track, and India must come out very soon with AI policy for all of our students. UK higher education AI policy landscape. Here is the key challenge of AI in higher education. Russell Group principles are there, support students and staff to become AI literate. This Russell Group, this format, Oxford also used it. UK, most of the institute, they have adapted it. You equip staff to support students in using AI tools effectively. Staff training is essential first, then adapt teaching and assessment to incorporate ethical AI use, is ensure academic rigor. Even they have implemented in their public library system so that elderly people also can come up with some AI tools. Institutional policy of approaches, equity and the digital divide should be removed with the help of AI. AI is a democratizing force, not an exclusionary one. That we have to take care there. And publisher policies and authorship, there also we have Elsevier, Nature. They state AI cannot be an author. Some of them, they have come out with that. AI tools must be documented in the methodology, that which tools have been used and how they have implemented it, to what extent. If it is, the data set is taught by your machine learning procedure also, which method you have taken, or ensembling you have data is done, that you have to mention your article. Restrictions on uploading peer review manuscripts to public LLMs, they have given some restrictions also. Librarians track these evolving scholarly communication policies, and they must aware that what is the policy of some of the famous publishers to the PhD scholars for their future publications. Because some of them are aware, of course, but I am telling that still on behalf of librarian, we must conduct some, I mean, publication, conference, or say seminar, or at least talk in this regard. Embedded research partner, general workflow consultant, digital preservation specialist. These are the areas where the future librarian of 2030, their roles are redefined. AI literacy educator, research data curator, because curator has a great role to play to make the data fair. And that's why from collections, we have to go to connections. The physical collection remains important, but is no longer the sole focus. The value must shift what the library holds to what the library enables. Because most of the times we boast ourselves because of our robust collection, but how we are enabling our users, how we are making our users, enabling them or making them more enriched, that matters. Librarians as algorithmic auditors and prompt engineers, that is the future role, and central intelligence mode of the university. Then libraries provide the stable ethical anchor, continuous learning, development and digital infrastructure. Library, IT and academic departments, they should collaborate to. So summary and strategic imperatives is that embrace AI literacy as a core institutional mandate, invest heavily in the continuing professional development of libraries, procure safe enterprise level AI tools for equitable campus access, redesign assessments to focus on process and critical thinking, champion transparency, ethics, and algorithmic accountability. This, for championizing this one, of course, you have to be broaden your mind that we have to provide access, not only ownership, but access to the resources and making use of them, that matters. Especially this is the month of Librarians Day. The academic library is dead. Long live the AI augmented academic library. Thank you for your patient listening. I know pretty well that those readers, those librarians, those who want to learn, nobody can prevent them. But those who are reluctant to learn, no one can help them. Thank you for your patient listening. I end the session here, the first session. And the second session is more common. Most of you are aware that one. That is just a minute. I'll tell you that one is MOOCs. On MOOCs, we have prepared one. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Very common. I think most of our library people are aware all these things. So I didn't want to waste your much time in MOOCs. Rather, this awareness about the AI is essential, and the policy for every institute. Librarians should take the lead role, because most of the times people are thinking authority will come forward only if initiatives, if librarians become the mouthpiece on behalf of the users. MOOCs in higher education and beyond, transforming same way I have written here. It's a lifelong learning system, lifelong education in the digital age. Because earlier, at least, we were having footfall to the libraries. Even now, also, elderly users, those who are senior teachers, they sometimes come down to our libraries. The reason is they are accustomed with the environment. They find it easier to spend time here, probably much faster than the online environment. They always find that probably we will waste our time while browsing our internet, and rather, if I go to the library, I will consume more. That is there at the back end of their mind. Now, this MOOCs, about it, what is your idea? I mean, some Einstein's quotation is there at the beginning. Before going to that, I have for a long time gone through several of the people library in our library community also, as well as some of the teachers. They are very much reluctant to change, that all these MOOCs are unnecessary. Probably they are going to make teachers redundant. One day they will remove all the faculty members and this MOOC course will prevail. At the present moment also, NEP has given the mandate that 40% of the course materials we may implement with the help of MOOCs course. Isn't it? Am I wrong? If anybody, if you can tell, it seems that UGC, through the NEP compliant syllabus redesigning and all these things, they have told that 40% of the course curriculum we can implement with the help of registering our students in some MOOCs courses. Is it correct or not? Is that information correct? Mahalakshmi madam.
Yes, sir, it's correct, sir. For credit transfer, about 40% can be taken from SWAYAM, I think.
Yes, SWAYAM or any kind of forum. So not only SWAYAM, they say that if it is allowable, then SWAYAM, if it is, then very good, because they say that that is standardized one. But my first thing is that now teachers has some sort of, they are a bit inhibition in developing these MOOC courses. Do you feel it is correct or not? Inhibition in the sense they feel that probably it is going to replace us in future. Whatever knowledge I have, based on that I am taking classes or delivering lectures, that's good. But once I document it properly, everything, then probably in future nobody would listen to me directly, they would listen from the site itself, and there my utility will be reduced. That is one of the way of approaching that thing. Another way, say for example, madam just mentioned that SIAM. Government has developed a platform, SIAM. I remember long back, Microsoft has been given the assignment to develop our different ICT enabled courseware, as well as implementing our this credit transfer process, whether it is ID generation and all these things. At that time also, people felt that why do we do these things? Why we would develop it? Because so many developed universities are there in the universe. As just now we have mentioned that Oxford, Stanford, MIT, they have also developed the courseware. Why should we spend time in developing MOOCs? Am I clear? My question is clear. My point is that once it is available already, so many very good quality contents are available. Still, you see, in our case, even at the university level also, we are developing different courses, and then we are uploading it for our university website so that students can get access to it. Or SWAYAM courses are there. So I am also developing it. They are allowing some of the open universities to develop their courses, to upload it, and all these things. What is the reason? Is there any rationale behind it? What is your opinion? Actually, in this session, I will talk less. I will allow you to talk more. Now tell me, what is the reason behind it? Once all the good qualities are available all over the world, why we should spend money over that? Because it is of course quite costly.
In Indian context, sir,
The understanding standards may be vary, sir.
Yes, one point is there that understanding for our learners would be more if it is developed by our people. Is
It's
it not?
customized to our
Yes,
job
sir.
market.
Customized to our environment,
And one way to
customized to our job market, customized to our readers. Each university, they know their readers more. Then
It's
is
comparatively
it
cheap,
not
sir.
that ultimately, yes, madam,
It's comparatively cheap.
comparatively cheap?
Yeah.
Okay. You are telling that in India, it won't take that much money to develop one. That is
Yeah,
what
no,
you
in
are
case you
telling.
want to get a Coursera or MIT course, it's pretty expensive. But whereas any course from India, it's relatively cheap.
In MOOCs, it are
But
free,
some-
madam.
MOOCs and MOOCs.
Open courseware are enough. Plenty of open courses are there. Means they are also quality courses are available. And money is matter, of course. That is what you told, that when it is priced courses like Khan Academy or those people, they are using it. Khan Academy, they have developed. But one thing, as someone has mentioned, that is even suited for the learners. Sometimes it is best suited for them, customized according to their need. That's why they are charging it. Like our library websites or library databases, no? If it is customized, then they are better suited and they are charging more for that. Anyhow,
Yes, sir.
means we have some, some sort of misunderstanding or some sort of, different opinions about this particular aspect. Sometimes very good faculty members are also reluctant to develop the massive open online courses, massive especially. If it is local level, that's okay. But if it is MOOCs, why should I do these things and so on? And of course, I want to miss the point. Some of teachers like me, always we are afraid that while talking, I may be wrong, in my opinion, or in talking it. So better not to get exposed. That is another way of looking into the problem. Anyhow, let's start our session. Teaching is an act of sharing knowledge, skills, and values with others. It's sharing knowledge first, then skills and values with others. See, when we told knowledge, the certain trait of skills are also embedded there. Skills is when you are applying it, when you are applying besides mind, your hands or your other limbs, then we are taking it skills. Or if your dexterity in your expression also, that is a skill, like a skillful orator when we are talking. But skills in motor mechanics also there, skilled mechanics are there. Now question comes, education and training, there is a difference. Education, when we told it, the theoretical foundation of a subject, up to the knowledge and wisdom, that journey went on. And suddenly, it cropped up with skills. When it is judgment, values are also there. In case of wisdom, every person has added some value. Everybody has a specific way of judgment in there. That's why the DIKW, that pyramid, what we have learned in our librarianship, there itself it is told that data, information, knowledge, and then wisdom. But the skills, when we are talking, that means we are segregating these two things. That is, one is education, another is training. Both way, it is essential, of course, but primarily librarian's role in education is more than in training. That is my first contention to mention here. Learning is a process where a learner acquires knowledge, skills, and values, and teaching is providing that or sharing knowledge, skills, and values with others. But when library comes into this fold, like MOOCs, of course, university can adopt that SWAYAM platforms. Anybody can, department is taking charge of it. But you see, finally, for providing access to that particular MOOCs, they have to come to the library, they have to register it, or the librarians have to take charge that whether it has been completed in time. Say, for example, a particular SWAYAM course, unless it is examination is over by a specific period of time, the result of that particular student will be pending, isn't it? Am I correct or not? You are enrolled in a particular course, but as long as examination is not over, result is not published in that course, your other courses in your university or colleges is over, but your college has failed to, they have no role in examination of that particular courseware where that particular participant has taken charge. Now, they will ask the librarians, please see what happened there and all these things. Is there that students didn't register in time? Is that he can come this year? It will be taken as granted. Next year, by the time the result will be given, then only award will be given to him or her, and so on. So here, very nice quotation of Albert Einstein is given. I never teach my pupils. I only attempt to provide the congenial environment where they can learn. This is what a very tricky things. I taught Spot how to whistle. I can't hear him whistling. And then they told, I didn't say that he learned it. I taught him. So teachers may tell that, yes, I have taught it, whether it is open courseware or direct teaching also. I have taken the classes. I have finished my course, all these things. But to what extent students learn, it is yet to be examined. Though even in examination, it cannot be evaluated properly. These are basically by rote only we commit to our memory and vomit in the exam hall. That cannot be equated with really to what extent they have learned it. Learning crisis in India especially and world at a stage 85 million, 200 million, that's the number of unemployed people in the world right now, and 8 billions are the people we want to make them learn. What keeps people from unlocking their potential is the same thing that the companies from cultivating an evergreen source of talent. They are also trying. Always when you people are in an interview board, you will find it very difficult to employ the right person. Always you will feel that I am not getting the right person. He is not the right person. She is not the right person. On the other hand, students or the learners should say that there are no jobs for us. Earlier, people used to get so many jobs. Now there is no job. And those who are employed, they are telling we are not getting the right people. Where is the crisis is that problem we stop learning once the degree is over. And besides that, our curriculum is to some extent backdated also, not up to the mark, not to the requirement of the market, as Madam has mentioned. We have to develop the curriculum or courseware keeping in view of the present market. Here again, I have taken the same thing, classroom, then teacher. Classroom is confined by 4 walls. Number of students limited by the size of the room. Students face the teacher. And it was a teacher-centered approach, mostly one teacher at a time, not many teachers. Limitations of teachers' capability is also there. Whoever is the teacher, if it teaches only in vernacular, you have to learn that way only. You cannot develop your language skill or any other skill by that way. A relic of the 16th century, more or less last 7 centuries, we have been running in the same way from the university when it has been developed in Greece. Then interaction in classroom, one at a time between teacher and student, limited interaction, assessment also only memory test. And that is also very in a crude manner everywhere it is going on. Then why e-learning? Because it is flexible, training choice is there at their time, their convenient place, wherever they want to engage. Trainers and trainees connect and participate in synchronous and asynchronous discussion.